AMYZ, maximize your zone community. Is anybody live with me, joining me? Okay, I'm going to wait a few more seconds and then I'm just going to go ahead and say what I have to say. Okay, so I typed this particular live stream. 4 things that get in the way of progress. First of all, let me just introduce who I am. Some of you may or may not know. I don't know who all watches the live replays. It doesn't give me any indication, like with Periscope, you can go back and see who watched your replay or not. But I probably need to get into the habit of introducing who I am. My name is Stephanie Valentine. I'm the creator of the Maximize Your Zone movement for women. You see my picture around, you see my name coming up. So for those of you who are new to the group and who are new to watching these live broadcasts, I am the founder and creator. And I'm also a coach. I am a mentor, entrepreneur, just about everything, you name it. I'm a mom of 2. I work full-time during the day. I work in IT, so I am a kind of a computer geek, I guess you could say. I don't particularly like my job. I'll take that back. My job is okay. I don't like what I do on my job. Many have suggested that I can create a business doing what I do during the day, but I'd rather not do that. So, but anyway, I'm going to get in the habit of doing these scopes on a Sunday, not scopes, live broadcasts on Sundays, just so I can get in the habit of kind of, instead of typing a lot of the things that I want to say in the group, I want to actually say them. And I'll probably follow up with a few thoughts, written out in posts, but I think sometimes it's best served where you can kind of see, you can hear my voice and see where I'm coming from, and I'll try to remove some of my side eye. Anyway, so the 4 things that typically get into the way of progress. First one is, and let me just, before I even get started, I'm probably going to step on some toes. I'm probably going to say something that's going to piss somebody off, and that's okay, because that's what I'm here for. I'm supposed to piss you off and push you to do better and maximize your zone. So if I do, then I've done my job. So the first thing that gets in the way is that sometimes when you want to create a business or start a business, you think you know what you're doing, but you don't. And you just put yourself out there and I'm this person and I can do this and I can do that. And you start getting people who want to connect with you, start getting people who want to hire you, but you don't know shit about what you're doing. And I'm sorry if I say a curse word here and there, I apologize, but it's gonna come out when I'm teaching or when I'm coaching and I have something to say. Hey Candace, it may come out. So first things first, if you want to start a business in doing something, study the craft first and foremost. Google, go to the library, get you some books and study the craft. Google is full of all types of information that you can look up and take notes and learn, watch YouTube videos, listen to audios to understand what it is that you are supposed to be doing. So don't say, and I'm just going to say, don't say that you're a virtual assistant. Don't say that you're a virtual assistant and you don't know jack shit about being a virtual assistant. Just because it's the new thing to do, it's the on thing, it's easy. You create a website and say, oh, I could type your paper or I could look this up and you can say you could do all these things. It looks good on the internet. It looks good on your website. But if you can't do it, then what's the point? You're making everybody else who are in that craft, who are beasts at it, you're making them look bad. So study your craft. That is so important. I cannot tell you enough about the books that I have purchased on coaching, the audios I've listened to. Hell, I've invested in training, so that I can be the best that I can be. You can't just, and again, I'm about to step on some toes. It just gets on my nerves, my last nerve, when you have people who just pop up and say, oh, I'm a coach. I can help you do this. I can help you that. Anybody can be a coach. That is true, and no shame, nothing. But you can't just wake up one day and say, I'm a coach. I'm going to create a website and I'm going to teach, moms how to be perfect at what they're doing. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody going to listen to you. First of all, you have to show and prove. You have to know what it is that you're talking about. Do you even have kids? Do you even, have you ever even gone through something with your kids to know the ups and downs of what it's like to be a mom, a single mom, or a mom of a special needs child, or anything like that? Did you study? Did you look things up? You can't just wake up one day and say, oh, this is what I'm going to do. Now, let me take it a step back. If you received a vision from God and God is saying, this is what I want you to do, then that's different. You still have to study your craft. You still have to research it. You still have to pray and say, okay, God, I need you to show me the way. Show me how to talk to these women. Show me how I can be passionate towards them. Show me how to understand them. You can't just jump up and do it. So please study your craft. Read some books. Go to the library. Look up on Google to figure out how to do things. Don't just say that you're something when you're really not. Trust and believe. If it is your purpose, hey Janine, if it is your purpose for you to do something, to be something, if that's truly your God-given purpose, trust. A year from now, it will still be there. 6 months from now, it will still be there. But take that time right now and learn a few things. Learn a few things. Learn how to spell. There are people out there who are saying that they are social media gurus, that they are social media gurus, that they can, I've gotten people who have inboxed me asking, can they, help me with my social media? Can they help me with, get more Instagram followers and so on and so forth? But when I go look at their stuff, when I go look at their websites, and it's like, how are you going to help me when your shit look crazy? I don't, if that's what you do, I don't want mine looking like that. So learn your craft, study your craft. Don't call yourself something if you're not it yet. Don't call yourself something if you don't know what you're doing. Yes. Hey, Nakia, they don't see the words being underlined. Exactly. It's like you just hit send. You telling me that you can write something for me, but when I go to your page, or if I go to your website, or if I go to your social media pages, and you got word, instead of, this is a pet peeve of mine. In my text life, when I'm texting my friends, I may, say, instead of Y or you, I may say you, or, shorten the word, because that's between me and a friend. But professionally, on a website, on a social media page or something like that, you need to spell words out. You can't use Ebonics, you can't use slang, and you certainly can't have on your professional website if you're trying to get clients. Learn how to spell check, look things up, double check, proofread, call a friend and say, hey, can you proofread this? Does this even sound right? Because you can't get clients if your website looks crazy, or if your social media looks crazy. So, and that was for like the social media gurus that are out there, and the people who are inboxing saying they can help me. You can't help me. I need to help you. How about you be my client and I help you with things you need to do to make your business better so you can get more clients. Then you can help me. How about that? The second thing, I think I'd said enough with that one. But the second thing is to follow your own compass. You got to tune out to tune in. Yes, exactly. You're not Prince. You can't use text talk. Prince was the I and the heart. No, you're not Prince. You will never be Prince. So you spell out I. You need to spell out love and everything else that he used text talks for. You need to spell it out. Thank you, Nakia. The second thing is you need to follow your own compass and tune out to tune in. And what I mean by that is so many people are doing so much of the same things, so much of the same things, is that you need to follow your own compass. You need to follow what it is that feels good to you. And I have talked about this before, and I've mentioned this before. You have to tune other people out. You have to tune out what people are saying. Oh, you should do this. You should try this, or you should do this, etc., etc. You have to tune that out, because if it doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't feel comfortable to you, then it's going to come. It's going to show with your customers. It's going to show with your audience. They're going to see that. And I'm going to use myself as an example. I've said this before. You guys know that I have a hard time with the camera and speaking and videos and all that stuff like that. I can speak to you in person because I don't see my face. I don't see my facial expressions. I don't see anything like that. All I hear is the words coming out of my mouth. So I can speak in that sense. Doing videos and stuff like that is like, it terrifies me. I can't do it. But everybody's like, oh, the way to build your platform, the way to do this is you gotta speak, you gotta speak, you gotta speak. My thought is, inside is, I ain't got to do shit. That's what I want to say, but I don't say that. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I know I have to do that, but I have to do it in my own way and in my own time. Just because everybody is doing Periscope right now, everybody's on Periscope teaching about this and talking about this and everything, blah, 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 about that on Periscope, it doesn't mean that I have to be on Periscope. I'm comfortable with this platform right here, doing live. I'm comfortable right here talking to you guys because it's almost like this is my own little cul-de-sac, so to speak, and I can come in when I want to. I can say what it is, what I want to, and be done. I don't have to be on Periscope where you get all these random people that are coming to you saying things and stuff like that. That makes me a little bit nervous. I'm very introverted. I'm well versed in saying that. I'm introverted and I have a hard time with crowds. And it's almost like I'm envisioning Periscope as the sea of people coming in, and that scares me. So I'd rather just go at my own pace. So for me, I have to follow my own compass. I have to do what it is that I need to do in my own time. And eventually, me getting comfortable doing the live streams in here will venture out into the live streams on the Facebook page. It will venture out into Periscope. It will venture out me doing video series. Who knows? I don't know. But for now, this is the path that I'm choosing to take. Because again, if God gives you a vision, it is yours. It is nobody else's. And it does not matter if it happens 6 days from now, 6 weeks from now, or 6 years from now. It is still mine because it is God-given. So if I take my time in doing it, as long as I'm making steps, whether small or large, moving forward, God will carry me and he will help me. So I drown out all of that other stuff that people say. I drown it out because I know in my mind and in my gut that I'm following the path that is right for me. So for you, I say follow your own compass. Do not follow what Sue is doing, what Jane is doing, what Tom is doing. That's their path. They're probably doing the same thing that I'm doing. They're following what's comfortable for them. So there you go, chasing after what they're doing, and you falling and tripping, falling all over the place, and you can't figure out why. It's because you're following their directions, not yours. You can't do that. When you are pursuing your purpose, you have to pursue your own path, not someone else's. So dig deep into your own inner compass, however that may be. For me, like I said, on Sundays, I do no work at all. Nothing. I will hang out with my kids. I'll do things for me that I find joy in so that I can get back to the center of me. So find that day. Maybe it's not Sundays. Maybe it may be Mondays. Maybe it may be Saturdays. Maybe it only may be Wednesday mornings for you. I don't know. But you need to find some time for yourself where you can connect with your own inner compass and figure out the directions that you are supposed to go. Get quiet. Hey, Deetra, get quiet. Pray and ask God, direct me, direct my steps, guide my steps. I'm not sure where to go. Start moving, start taking steps and just do it. But follow your own path, not someone else's. Just real quick, I've got a couple of things lined up here, but I was reading this book a couple months ago called Do the Work. And today, as I was thinking and reflecting about the things that I wanted to talk about tonight on this live thing is I pulled this book back out because I always highlight and earmark pages. That's why I never give my books away or let people borrow them, because I read books like I'm reading an actual textbook. And I know you're supposed to read for enjoyment, but I don't. I read so that I can learn. So in this book is and I have it earmarked, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's Start Before You're Ready. And we've all heard Marshawn Evans is the master teacher of starting before you're ready. And before I read this particular passage, I did a whole bunch of things starting before I was ready. Just because I was anxious to get things done, I would get like a little snippet from God telling me something to do, and I just, boom, I get out and do it. Boom, there you go. He told me to do it. Boom, there you go. And most times it was good. Most times it wasn't right. But I still did it. I wasn't afraid. And I'm kind of like at a point in my career, my entrepreneurial career right now, where I keep thinking back to all those things that I did where I started before I was ready. I think about when I started my girls program. I think about when I started doing the girls workshops. I think about when I started the Girls Who Lead program. All those different things I did it before I was ready. I didn't have the resources, I didn't have tools, but I had the ideas and I had the know-how to create the websites and all the stuff like that. I had the know-how to do it, and I just did it. So now that I've grown, that's been a couple years now. I've grown, I've made connections. I've taken a couple more courses. I've read more books. I've went to more conferences, and all of this stuff's filling my head now. And I'm forgetting to start before you're ready. I'm forgetting that concept. And I'm going to reference the workshops that I have coming up, the Maximize Your Own workshops that I have coming up, where I said, earlier, a post earlier in the group that I was overwhelmed. That for whatever reason, I don't know why. I know why now, but at the time it was like, I'm overwhelmed. This is too much. I should just keep it, just do a quick webinar, just keep it small. It wasn't supposed to be this large, et cetera, et cetera. And, I'm venting to my accountability partners, Deetra and Latoya. I'm venting to them saying, this is just too much, who told me I could do 2 workshops in less than a week? Oh my God, this is just too, I'm panicking. And then I realized that I've done this before. I've done all of this before. This is just a different audience. It's just a different audience. These are women where I've done the workshops. I've done the planning. I've done all of this with my girls program. And that was successful. That was huge. That was major. So why am I so afraid? Why am I resisting this next level that God is trying to take me to? And I came to the conclusion that I'm following somebody else's compass. I'm following somebody else's direction. I'm listening to what others are saying that I should do, that I shouldn't do. I need to jump on this. I need to do this, instead of following what feels good to me. When I did my girls program, it was because I was point blank tired of the stuff that some of these nonprofit organizations that offer mentoring for girls were doing. They weren't offering anything. They were collecting money, they were collecting grants, and not fulfilling the purpose or the mission that they set. So the companies that I volunteered for, I didn't want to do it anymore. Because I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. This is a scam. You're telling me that I'm volunteering to help these girls, but they're not being helped. They're still walking out sad, depressed, lonely, going out in doing all types of things. No one's helping them. So when I started my girls program, I vowed that I was going to be something different. I was going to be someone they could actually relate to and talk to. I was going to give them a platform to say whatever it is that they have to say in however way they needed to say it. I gave them that platform. I was different, and I didn't care what anybody else said. So now that I'm here with this platform, I'm afraid. Because again, I'm following someone else's compass. I'm listening to other coaches. I'm listening to other people who are doing similar things, and I'm trying to follow their direction. I'm trying to follow their process, and it's not working for me. It's not working. So I realized I gotta pull back. I gotta figure out what is it that's gonna work for me. How I do things is how I do things best. And when I do things my way, it is always the best way. It works for me. So please follow your own compass. Follow what works for you. The third thing is you need to pursue everything that pertains to your purpose. Everything. And this goes back to studying your craft, knowing what it is that you need to learn in order to pursue your purpose. If you have something, let me just take this back. I'm always talking about opportunities. I'm always talking about taking advantage of opportunities that will get you to your next level, right? So when I say that, what I need you to understand is that those opportunities have to be in relation to whatever your purpose is. And if you don't know your purpose, that's okay. Keep taking advantage of stuff. Keep listening. Keep taking advantage of stuff. Follow your passions, all of that stuff, and it will be revealed to you. But if you know your purpose and you know what you're supposed to be doing, then you need to align yourself so that you are in direct proportion to where it is that God needs to take you in order to pursue that. So let me just give you an example. I'm going to use a conversation that I had just a couple of days ago, in which we were talking about aligning yourself with the right people who understand your vision, who understand where it is that you're trying to go, and who can give you those ideas and opportunities and connections to take you to that next level. If you consistently surround yourself with people who are downplaying your talent, who don't understand your talent, who are jealous of your talent, it's only going to weigh heavily on you. It's only going to make you downplay who you are. It's going to breed self-doubt. So you need to not be surrounded by those type of people and align yourself with people who are in pursuit of your purpose. Not in pursuit of your purpose, but who are in pursuit of making you greater. It's like, you know how you have a pallbearer who lifts up the casket and they're in unison in walking until they get to the place where the casket is supposed to be placed into the ground. And they in unison put the casket there. This is probably a bad analogy, but I can't think of anything else. But those people who carried that casket to its next destination, they're in unison. So when you align yourself with people who are supposed to carry you to your next destination, they will do so in unison. They will make sure that you get there safely. They will make sure that you get there knowledge. You'll have knowledge. They'll make sure that you get there in one piece. They'll make sure that you'll get there in a clear state of mind. They'll make sure that you'll be connected to the next best thing. That casket sitting in the, I don't know what to call it. This is a really bad analogy, but I can't think of anything else. But they'll make sure that you get to your next level. But if you have people who are carrying you sloppily, they don't care what your next level is. They don't care. All they care about is themselves. They're going to downplay you because you're making them look bad. If you're doing XYZ and you're great at it and they're still, trying to figure out how to say the ABCs, they're going to, yes, oh, you think you all that. Oh, who you think you is? They're going to be saying all that stuff. And if you're not confident in what you have to offer, you're going to slump back down and be like, yeah, maybe you're right. I shouldn't be XYZ. I'm going to go back to, all the way back down to ABC. I'm not going to it's going to go back. You're right. So surround yourself with people who are aligned with your purpose and will help you get to that next level. Take on opportunities that are going to get you to your next level that are aligned with your purpose. Connect with people who are doing the same things that you're doing so that you can, kind of not rub off on them, but they can rub off on you. Like, iron sharpens iron type of thing. So, great opportunity. I'm going to use my daughter. She is a blogger. She has her own fashion blog. It's called TakeGlamour.com. That's a, shameful plug. She's doing amazing things on Instagram. She's got, a lot of things going on for her, a lot of good things. She actually writes a correspondent for Lucky Magazine. So she's got a lot of good things going on. So an opportunity for her that I think is quite awesome is she is looking to go to Blogalicious in October. I think that would be absolutely wonderful for her. That is an awesome opportunity because just imagine the connections that she can make, the knowledge that she can get to take her blog to the next level. That's what I mean about taking advantage of opportunities and pursuing things that are in line with your purpose. She's always loved to write, but she's so coming into her own with everything that she's doing. This is just going to take her to the next level. So for you, whatever your purpose is, find opportunities that you can take advantage of that are aligned with that. If one of the things is, if you are looking to start a clothing line, okay, well, start researching people who have, design clothing lines. Start researching, and not Michael Kors and not, Versace or anything like that. Let's bring it down, to people that, I'm going to be real. Let's bring it down to your level because, you could research those people all you want to, but let's just take it down to people that you actually can, hook up with online or something. Let's be real. Let's bring it down. But hook up with people that are doing that so that you can, see what circles that they're in. What are the things that they're going to? What are the conferences that they're going to? Who are the people that they're connected to so that you can connect with the same, so that you can kind of mingle in those same circles and be abreast of the same opportunities that they are. That's how you get to where you're trying to go. You can't fish in the same dirty pond trying to catch a different type of fish if you're in the same pond as everybody else. You got to broaden your horizons. So I hope I was clear enough for that topic or for that one. But number 4 is, and this is a kind of tricky one, but to look closely at all the excuses that you give yourself. We give ourselves so many excuses about why we can't do stuff, why this isn't working, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. I can't do it because this person won't, because I don't have, because the common denominator is I. It's an excuse. Most excuses are born from self-doubt and self-judgment. Because when we start listening to all the chatter in our heads that everybody else has told us before, when we lack tuning out, tune in, when we fail to do that, we listen to all that chatter, that becomes our own thoughts. Oh, I can't do that because this person won't help because I'll never be able to because. Those thoughts of other people, they now become your own thoughts. So this, again, ties back to following your own compass and tuning out others and tuning into what you believe for yourself. So the excuses, you got to stop with them. You got to stop with the excuses of why you can't do something. Some people will say, oh, this is a good one. And I'm going to step on some toes. Some people need to be on this live stream right now. Some people need to have heard the first one to study their craft. Some people needed that. But you make time for the things you want to make time for. You may have thought, oh, here she go again. She ain't got nothing to say. I'm going to skip that. I'm about to watch this fight video, or I'm about to, watch this Birdman going off on, the Breakfast Club. I'm about to watch that. But no, what you need to be doing is making sure that you're good, making sure that you're maximizing your zone, not somebody else's. That's an excuse. And most times when we make excuses, it's because we don't want to face the thing that, maybe it's something that you can't do, or maybe it's too hard for you, or maybe you don't believe in yourself, or maybe you do doubt yourself. So you make an excuse blaming someone else. I can't because this person. No, well then go to somebody else. If you can't because Susie won't help you, then that's me. If you can't because John won't call you back, well, you know what? There's plenty more Johns where that came from. Get with somebody else. It's an excuse. Make time for things that's going to better you, not better somebody else. And I'm going to, y'all know this gets on my nerves, is that when you have all these people who are like, join me on this platform and join me on that platform and sign up to this and sign up to that. I'm not signing up to anything that's not going to help me. Like, I'm not buying any more programs. I'm not buying any more courses. If it's not aligned with what it is that I'm doing, I'm not getting anything else. People inbox me, hey, I'm doing this workshop on this, and I would love for you to be there, and I'm doing this. And I love to support. I really, really do. And there was a time when I was going to any and everything. I was just throwing out the money. I was making it rain on some of these things, supporting. But then I found that, okay, now I come back home and I still have to do my business, and everything I just supported, it didn't align. It didn't work right. I can't use anything that I learned from there to help me with what I'm doing. Yes, I supported. Yes, I helped. I bought, I purchased, etc. But it wasn't aligned with what I'm doing. So some things you have to pull back. You can't support any and everybody. So make sure that the things that you are doing are aligned with your purpose. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses of why you can't do something. Here we go with the nose ring. I came prepared this time. I got some tissue. Excuse me. Okay. So, I'm going to recap the 4 things that get in the way of process. It's to study your craft. Study your craft. Do not say that you are the one and only expert when it comes to juicing when you don't know anything about a vegetable. You don't even know what a beet is. You don't even know what kale is. If you went to the grocery store to buy some, you wouldn't even know where to find it. So do not say that you are the #1 expert in that. We don't even know what the vegetables are that goes into it. Study your craft. Read a book. Go online. Look at some audios. Learn it. Just because everybody else is out there like, I'm a juicer. I do this and I do that. I got juices for sale and they're doing all that. Let them have their shine. Let them do that because they're adding a little spice. They're adding their own thing to it. You sit back, observe what they're doing, watch how they're doing it. Then you study your own thing. Figure out what's going to make you different. Follow your own compass. And then spring something on them. Be like, bam, here go my juice. Bam, here go my Naked juice. I'm pretty sure that Naked, when they came out with this, they probably did the same thing. They probably said, okay, we're going to do some research first. Before we come out with anything, we just going to see how everybody else working this thing out. And in the meantime, we're going to figure out how to put a stamp on this. We're going to call ours naked. Yeah. And $3 and some change, it sells. People buy it. I buy it. I should be juicing myself, but I don't. So study your craft. Take some time and do that. You don't have to rush to start a business. You don't have to rush. It doesn't have to be done in 7 days. Even though they got these things out, start your business in 7 days. Yeah, you can start one, but is it going to be profitable? Is it going to be good? I know, me too. This is different though, D. They got now, this is called Kale Blazer, and they got one that is, they got Green Machine, Kale Blazer, and it's another one, and it's all green. And I picked this one. I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't get the Green Machine. I'm like, oh, you know, it might taste okay. Ugh. It's all right, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink it because I done paid my $3 for it. But yeah, I'm gonna pay attention and read next time. But yes, study your craft and know what it is that you're talking about before you jump out on the scene saying that you're an expert at something. You know, 2, follow your own compass. Follow what makes you unique. Follow your intuition. You know, do what's going to be comfortable for you, because it's going to come out. It's going to come out in wash, so to speak. So if you are doing what's comfortable for you and you're feeling okay and, you know, you're confident in it, people are going to see that and people are going to connect with that. But if you are trying to do what somebody else is doing and you're falling all over the place and fumbling, people are going to see that too. And they're going to pull back from that. So you got to make sure that you're doing what's right for you and what's right for your business or your purpose or your passion. You got to make sure it's right for you. Everybody can't write a book. I know that everybody's writing a book now. Everybody's writing a book right now. Everybody can't write books. Everybody thinks that I should be writing a book. As much as I talk, as much as I post, as much as I write in my journals, I've had people say, okay, when is the book coming out? And I'm like, oh, it's coming. I don't necessarily want to write a book because maybe that's just not for me. That's not where I want to go. So just because that's the in thing to do right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you need to do. Do what's best for you. Maybe just a simple blog is what you can do. Or, you know, the topic that I talked about is, you know, I said everybody wants to be a coach. Not everybody can be a coach. Not everybody has I don't want to say knowledge because that sounds kind of bad, but you know, I've come across some people who are quote unquote coaches that are super, super judgmental. That you can't coach me if you haven't really, studied it. You know, I came across somebody who was a money management coach, and it's that kind of it goes along with that meme where that it's like where I forget what it is, but it's like when people post on Facebook or whatever, but you know them personally and you kind of give them the side eye. Yeah, that was me. I'm looking like, now you know darn well you cannot be no management coach when you was just talking about you filing bankruptcy. Okay, that was tea. That was shade. Okay, let me bring it on back. But I'm just saying, don't call yourself something if you're really not. Just, you know, to say you are something. You know, follow your own compass. Do what works for you. You know, you can't be a money management if, you know, you always, you know, in the red. You can't really tell other people how to do that. So, okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. Number 3 was to pursue everything that is aligned with your purpose. Look for those opportunities that will help you get to where you're trying to be. You don't want to, if your purpose is, I'm going to use blogging again. If your purpose is blogging, you want to connect with people who are top in the blog arena. You want to connect with people, follow them, you know, on their social media channels, comment on their blogs, you know, email them and ask, can you get an interview? You know, just ask, you know, connect with them, ask those questions. Don't be afraid to ask, because more than likely they'll be happy to share, because most times when people are following their purpose, when people are at a certain level and they're not threatened, they will share whatever it is that they think will help you. They will share, willingly, because you can't touch them anyway, because it's God given. So, connect with those opportunities that are going to get you to the next level. If your goal, if your dream is to be, a blogger or a writer, then you really shouldn't be, opening up a fashion boutique. That's just my thought. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe opening up a fashion boutique or, something like that will lead you to blogging. I mean, it can, if you open up a fashion boutique, you can blog about, fashions and stuff like that. It can lead to that. But I'm just saying, if your goal is to be one thing, then focus on that and pursue that. Pursue opportunities in that, and don't go off the deep end and go off the path and do other things while your purpose is sitting right there waiting for you to unwrap it. Fourth thing is to look closely at all your excuses. Your excuses are yours. They don't belong to anyone else's. It's self-doubt and self-judgment. Stop allowing other people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do for your life. It's yours. That's why you're in the predicament that you're in now, because allowing other people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That's why you have on all these masks. And that's where you're sitting in resentment, wishing you had this happy life or wishing you had this life, because you let your husband or significant other or your mom or your dad or family members tell you this is how you should be. This is what our family represents. We only do this. We don't do this type of stuff. That type of stuff happens where, people are, oh, I can never do that. My family will be so ashamed of me. But inside, you're hurting, you're upset, you're resentful, you're unhappy because of what other people said you should be or how you should be. Stop with the excuses. Stop with self-doubt. Stop with judging your own self. I said this to someone, and I say this all the time, that you teach people how to treat you. And it is the truth. You not only teach people how to treat you, but you teach people how to perceive you based on how you perceive yourself. So if you look at yourself as, I'm never going to accomplish anything, I'm never going to do anything, I'm never going to be great, and you're constantly saying that to other people, what makes you think they're not going to be like, oh, she ain't never going to be nothing. She ain't never going to, nope. She ain't shit. That's an insider, because somebody told me that not too long ago, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. But if somebody is constantly saying that about themselves, after a while, you can only try to encourage them for so long. You can only try to encourage them and say, yes, you are. You could be anything you want to do. You could be great, X, Y, Z. You can only do that for so long. You can only lead them to the water. You can't make them drink. So if they don't believe it in themselves, then you can't do anything further. So stop judging yourself. Stop listening to what other people are saying that you can't do, when you know deep down inside that you can. You know deep down inside that is what you want to do. You have imagined it. You have felt it. You see it in your head. You have it on your vision board. Don't let someone else come in and say, girl, you're not about to do that. No, don't do that. Just because they didn't do it, that don't mean that you can't. And don't use their excuses as your own. That's their excuse why they couldn't do it. It's not yours. They couldn't get the finances. That doesn't mean that you can't. They couldn't get help or support. That doesn't mean that you don't. You're a part of this group. You're a part of NYZ. So you have support to do whatever it is that you want to do. No more excuses. Make time for the things that's going to better you. Stop making time for other people's purpose or other people's goals and dreams. Make time for you. Last and not least, this is another book that I have that I absolutely love. It's called The Desire Map. And I haven't read this, and it's I haven't read it in its entirety yet because I keep flipping through and I keep finding stuff. And every time I flip through, like I find more stuff that I love, and I'll read that section and read like, 20 or 30 pages, and I'll go back. So I really need to like start from the beginning and read all the way through. But this one I found a quote and I thought it was the absolute best. And I'm probably going to talk about this tomorrow on our morning motivation to maximize. But the quote is, "Your resistance is a sign that your system is reconfiguring itself towards success," by Todd Herman. That was good. I'm going to read it again. "Your resistance is a sign that your system is reconfiguring itself toward success." And this is back to my personal mention. Yes, Dietrich, you definitely get it. I mean, it is so full of good stuff that, I mean, like I said, I have yet to like read it from cover to cover, because like every time I start reading it, it'll like reference something else. And it's like, it has like an index where you can like go, it's like an index where you can go like, look up certain stuff, and it'll like, when you're reading it, it'll say, it'll reference page 193, whatever. So I go to page 193 and then I'm reading that. And so it's like, I can't like, you know how mine is. It's like, ooh, ooh, it's her, ooh, it's a kitten, ooh, so this book, it doesn't help my ADD. I don't even know if I have ADD, but with this book, I probably do. But it is definitely a good book. But that particular quote was so good and so juicy that I was just like, that's really good, because a lot of times we resist a lot of things that is going to better us because we're afraid. We see the big picture, but we don't see ourselves in it. We imagine it for ourselves, but we don't believe that we're capable of having it. We don't believe that we're worthy. And that resistance that we feel is basically, if we stop resisting, on the other side of that is something that is magical, or something that is so big and something that is so huge. It's success waiting, but we have to get past that resistance. So I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow on our motivation to maximize, because it is Monday and you need that extra push. You need that extra kick in the behind to do whatever it is that you need to do for the week so that you can accomplish what you set out to. So I'm going to end this live stream. I've been on for about 47 minutes. And I'm going to be a little bit transparent. I feel so comfortable talking and doing this. Any other time, like when I do like the motivation to maximize, I'm feeling comfortable, whatever. But when I try to do other stuff, it just seems so rehearsed. Like, I'm writing notes and I'm nervous or whatever. But this time, I don't know. It just felt different. So, again, I'm following my own compass. I'm doing what works for me. And I don't know if anybody else is hosting, doing live things in their group, on a weekly basis. I don't know, but I don't particularly care, because I'm following my own compass and I'm doing what works for me. And hopefully this helps you as well, because again, if I'm not transparent in how I'm, getting past, removing masks and getting past my own insecurities so that I can get to my next level. Thanks, BB. If I'm not sharing how I'm, getting to my next level, then I'm not the coach for you. So I wholeheartedly believe that in order to help someone, you have to share your story. You have to, be open to, when they ask you questions, you have to be open enough to say, yes, I experienced that, and this is what I went through, and this is how I got over. So hopefully me sharing, a little bit about, the workshop and my fear of that and everything, it helps you to get past the things that you may be going through as well. Speaking of the workshops, Buffalo is June 11th from 10 to 2 at the Courtyard Marriott. And Rochester is on June 3rd, Friday, June 3rd from 6 to 9 at the Herbie Eli House. I will have the website up and running tomorrow so that you can start purchasing your tickets now. I do want to let you know that it is limited seating for each workshop. It is only limited to 20 attendants for each. So you may want to make sure that you get your seat now. when it goes up, because I'm going to be sharing it on all of my social media channels, on Facebook, on my personal page, on my business page, on Instagram, on Twitter, in the groups that I'm in. And I am a part of an absolutely wonderful networking group here in Buffalo called Women in the Spotlight Going Global. And I'm praying that my wit sisters show up and show out for me in both Buffalo and Rochester. And I think it's going to be an awesome time. Like, I'm feeling really good about it, because just that switch, like I said, that switch in the start before you're ready, that understanding that I did this before. There's no reason for me to be scared. It's just a different audience. It's just a different venue, a different audience. But as far as everything else, I did it before. So it's no reason for me to be scared. This is God ordained. He told me this is what I need you to do. And I've been pushing it back, resisting because of my own fear. But I know, because if I keep pushing and doing it, that on the other side is success. So I am speaking life over this workshop. I'm speaking life. I'm speaking love. I'm speaking abundance. I'm speaking clarity. I'm speaking everything. I'm speaking everything over these workshops, because I know that because I said yes to what God has been asking me to do for so long, because I said yes, it is going to be off the chain. And when I speak, there are often times that he speaks through me, and I don't know what I'm saying. It just comes out. So I'm hoping that he shows up and shows out, speaks through me, so that you can get what you need, so that you can maximize. You can pursue your purpose, share your passion, and you can okay, I'm not gonna get emotional, because I know God is gonna work this out. I know he's gonna work this out, because again, this is awesome. I didn't want to do this. I was resisting. I didn't want to do this. But by me resisting, I was hitting all types of obstacles and all types of issues in my life. And I had to say, you know what? Okay, God, what is that you want me to do? And he said, I need you to talk to these women. I need you to share with these women the things that they need, so they can do what I'm asking them to do. So he's using me as a vessel. There are things that God has been telling you to do. There's been things that God has been telling you that you need to do for you, for your families, and you've been resisting. You have been telling him no. You have been telling him, I can't, I won't, I'm not worthy, I can't do it. You have been telling him those things. So now he's entrusting all of that to me. And you best believe it scares the crap out of me. It scares me. It scares me. Because that is a hefty task. Sorry. That is a hefty task that God is giving me to do. But I said yes. I said I would do it. So I'm praying that he's going to come and show up and show out and speak through me, so that you can do the things that you want to do. You can do the things that you need to do. Your potential is so out of the box crazy. It's immeasurable. And you need to maximize that. We all do. We all have so much talent, gifts, and potential within us. And we just look within and maximize it. There's no telling what happened. There is no telling. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, that you guys, if you're in Buffalo, that you get your seat. If you're in Rochester, you get your seat. Because it's going to be something amazing. It's going to be something amazing. And although I'm scared, I am so honored. I am so honored that he has chosen me to do this. It's almost like I feel like shout to the world, nah, 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 nah. God said I could do it, nah, 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 nah. I feel like doing that, but I know people would think I'm crazy. But that's how I'm feeling. Again, I'm scared, I'm nervous, but I'm honored. And I'm going to fulfill his wishes, his will. Because on the other side of resistance is success. So ladies, I hope that this live rock has helped you to kind of get centered with your week and the things that you need to do to maximize your week. I hope that you'll take some of the things I said and you'll actually do them. You'll actually start paying attention to, the circles that you're in. You'll start, paying attention to, the opportunities that are coming your way. Some of them aren't meant for you. So say no. No, I don't really want to go to, that club with you because I want to do my website tonight. You don't have do what's best for you. Follow your own compass and study your craft. So, does anybody have any questions or anything? I hate when I start crying on these things. Oh God, I am such a crybaby. Maybe I'll ask God to work on that for me. Maybe I'll just act, I need a stone face, like a poker face. So, like when I start getting emotional, God, will that back so I, get myself together. Maybe I could, do that. I don't know. But all right, ladies, thank you for joining me. I am about to go and make myself a hot cup of tea and finish my writing for the evening and get ready for my week. So have a great evening and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to join me tomorrow though for the motivation to maximize. We're going to do it at 8:15 because that seems to be, it was between 8 and 8:30 between the poll. Only a couple of you voted. I'm going to call y'all out. I did a poll asking, what times would be best, and only 3 people voted. But that's cool because out of those 3, 2 said 8 and 1 said 8:30, I think. But I'm gonna do, because I tried to do 8 a couple times last week and it didn't quite work out. So I'm gonna do 8:15. That seems to be, like best. If 8:15 doesn't work, then you guys need to let me know to say, hey, 8:15 doesn't work. Can we do 8:30? Can we do 8:45? This is for you. So if you can't be on the live stream, then there's always the replay. You could just, when you're scrolling, you could just hit the replay and you could still get the message that way as well. But join me tomorrow at 8:15